Rob.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing very well.
Nice. So, I guess it's got to be kind of hard to believe for yourself that like it's been 40 years and Tygers of Pan Tang are still putting out kick-ass music.
Yes, sometimes I have to pinch myself. That's for sure. Yeah, it is good. It's 40 years next year for me. So I'm in my 39th year. With the same band, which is great. And the music is just unbelievably getting better and better.
Yeah, I think I saw like in the bio for the new album that 2016 was like the most successful year for the band since like the early 80s.
Absolutely. Yeah. The new album charted in the UK charts at 24. It was in the Danish charts where our record company's from at 13. It's done really, really well.
That's amazing. So when you hear somebody like a Gene Simmons who he's been saying for the last couple of years, rock is dead, do you want to smack him?
Well, I don't know what he listens to, but the rock that I listen to certainly isn't dead. Maybe, I don't know. Everybody has their own opinion. I don't know quite what he means. He might mean some particular genre of it. I'm sure there'll be something in his head to quantify and justify that. But certainly, if he came and had a look in the Tigers camp, we're certainly not dead.
Right. Now, going back to like the 80s, early 80s, I remember like reading your magazines like Circus and Hit Parader and on, and always seeing like the ads for the albums coming out from you guys, and always being like, wow, the album covers always look so cool. But here in America, we never would get like a real chance to listen or hear you guys. That'd be really frustrating for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. 39 years on, we're finally putting it right, I suppose. But better late than never. The new album is coming out on a countrywide release for you, in obviously in hard copy as well as digital download. But if you if any of your listeners go out and buy the hard copy, it comes with a crazy booklet which has the band members' photographs are very different to what you would expect. So there's a little bit of intrigue for anybody listening that or reading this, if it's going to be in the written word, to go out and physically buy it, because I love the booklets and all that kind of, and in the old records, all the inner sleeves that you used to get, and with all the information on the photographs on and the guitars and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just a bit of a freak like that, but I love all that kind of stuff.
Oh, me too. It's like it's kind of like a Christmas bonus gift you get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, did I read this right? I mean, this album, which was just officially released in America last week, like it's 34 years since your first an official release in America.
Yeah, that's right. I've got no idea why that is. I mean, with the internet, obviously you can buy bands' products from other territories. So obviously you guys could buy the previous albums from European sites and from the UK, but I've got no idea why. Poor record companies, I guess. These small sort of independent record companies, maybe they're just not able to reach out that far.
Right.
Target Records, which is a Danish record company who are currently signed to, are absolutely tremendous. They've got all the right people in all the right places. So they've really helped the band.
Nice. That's awesome. Now, how about the last few years, it seems like you guys are getting more more praise, more critical acclaim, more just everything, more love for the band now than you did when you started the band.
Yeah, again, that's I can't really put my finger on that. I'm really pleased that's happening. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. I know when we're on a plane tomorrow morning to fly out to Rome to do some Italian shows. We're starting in Rome. We were in Rome 2 years ago, and the place just went crazy. It's mad. Great from an artist's point of view when you stood on stage, cranking out your favourite songs, but. When you're looking out and seeing all these guys, and of course afterwards they all go absolutely crazy afterwards. Wanting a piece of you, as it were, in a nice way, of course, and that's very gratifying as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. Now, how about when you did decide to reform the band, being the only original member? Did people give you a hard time at all for that fact?
No, no, not at all. This stigma, if you like, of the only original member of the band. I wonder if when journalists, are interviewing David Coverdale out of Whitesnake, I wonder whether they ever say to him, "What was it like? What's it like being the only original member of the band?" Or when they say to Mick Box, "What's it like being the only original member of the band?" Out of Uriah Heep, or I just don't get it. If it's, I was one of the main songwriters, if not the main songwriter. So therefore, I was steering the direction of the band and how the band sounded. So, I get it if an original member of the band who wasn't involved in any of the writing is trying to carry the band on. Then obviously it's maybe not going to sound the same because other people are writing songs trying to guess what the band was like, but it really wasn't the case. And so, sometimes it kind of grates on me a little bit when when people say "Oh, Rob Weir, the only original member." Well, why don't you say that about about Uriah Heep and about Whitesnake and about there's so many bands that you could pick. There's some bands going around that have no original members in. How the hell does that work?
Right. Oh, it's interesting. It is interesting. but when you're putting out like you guys, I mean, you're putting out great music, and the music is getting better and better. I mean, that's when people got to be like, just stop, just enjoy the music.
Well, I will absolutely, and this band, Craig, the drummer in the band, as we've been together for 17 years. If you look at the original Tygers, were well, whichever version that you take of the band, in essence, was only together 4 years, from start to finish, really. So, this is an awful lot more, awful lot longer time. Jack, our singer, has been in the band 12 years, 13 years, something like that. And Gav, the bass player, has been there six and a bit. So everybody's racking up a bit of time. So it works because we're all really good friends. We work really well together. We work really quickly together. The band's run as a family and a democracy. So, if three of us like something and two of us don't, then the three win. And it all just works.
Good. That's awesome. Now, how about back when the band did continue on without you in the mid '80s? Were you hurt by that?
Not at all. I'd kind of left the music business about '85 and went to pursue other things, family life and all that kind of stuff. So it didn't bother me whatsoever. Unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, it didn't work out for John. Unfortunately for John, but fortunately for me, because it gave me the opportunity in 99, 2000 to start it all again. So, because this crazy situation where a band splits up and there's two bands with the same name. I mean, that also a lot about that. That's mad as well. So, but it's worked out really well for us. So there we go.
That's awesome. Now, how about, I mean, something that's kind of like shocking to me that I saw, like going back to, it's 34 years since the first official release here in the States, but you guys played a festival here last year in Chicago?
We did, yeah. We headlined the Ragni Festival, which was, oh my goodness, what a lot of crazy Americans came to that. The place was packed to the back door. It was everybody was just so kind and so gracious, and we had a really, really good, really good. We can't wait to come back.
That's awesome. Now, was that the first time you guys were here in the States, and God knows how long?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. We played South America in March, and in fact, the week when we played Chicago on the Saturday night. Flew home Sunday/Monday, and Tuesday we flew out to Ibiza, and we headlined a festival out in Ibiza.
So now with the new album, with the new album, self-titled. Why did you? I mean, this is after all these years, you have a self-titled album finally.
Well, yeah, we did have titles for it, and bandied them about. But in the end, we just thought, hey, let's just not call it anything. Let's just call it the band name and throw it out there. And it's Michael's first time recording a full LP with us, if you like. And we just sort of said, let's just put it out there and see what people make of it.
It's a great album. I mean, I've been listening to it. It's a really awesome album. I mean, it's got that classic hard rock feel to it with that, it's got that modern edge, and it's just a great album. People really need to listen to this.
Well, absolutely. And when we recorded it, we sent it across to Soren Anderson, who'd been recommended by our record company. He has a recording studio in Copenhagen, and we said to Soren, listen, can you mix it for us and give us that big sound that we're looking for? And he's done such a good job. He's a name to watch for in the future. He's Glenn Hughes' guitar player and Mike Tramp's guitar player. He's played with lots of people. I think
nice.
He's briefly in the Dead Days, but he's what a nice man he is as well. And then he said, listen, I can master it, but I don't really want to, but why don't you send it to Harry Hess in Canada, who, of course, is the singer in Hair and Scarum. He said he's got a mastering suite, he's excellent at it, and he'll put the final sort of fairy dust on it. So it was sent across to Harry. Harry mastered it for us, and when he played it, within 8 hours, he sent a message back to the band and our management saying, I absolutely love this. I really, really love this. I haven't heard you guys for a long time, and this is what the world needs. And coming from Harry, yes, that was really, really nice, appreciative words.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with him. The world needs a good rock and roll like you guys put out. I mean, I really hope people here in America really open their ears to it and give it a chance.
Me too. But there's good guys like you that can help.
Absolutely. Now you guys did 2 videos so far. You did Only the Brave, and you just released Glad Rags. Any more videos?
Glad Rags with
the album?
Oh yeah. Well, there will be more videos. We're going to do one for the next single, which will be Never Give In, like the kind of the metal anthem on the album, if you like. That is going to come out as a 7-inch single as well, because Glad Rags, of course, is just a digital download, and Only the Brave, the first single off the album, was a hard copy 7-inch. And the good thing with the 7-inch singles is the B-sides aren't on the album. They're brand new songs which nobody will have ever heard of.
Oh, cool. Very cool. So now, are you? I mean, you're doing these 7-inch singles. Are you guys going to be doing vinyl copies of the album as well, the full album?
Yeah, the album is out on black vinyl and red vinyl.
Oh, cool. Very cool. It's got to be shocking to you too, like the resurgence in vinyl that's happening.
Well, it's great, and do you know what it is? We sell a lot of vinyl. We have a limited stock at the live shows, but people tend to go for the vinyl, and even oddly enough, even people that don't have record players. I mean, personally, I don't have a record player, believe it or not, but somebody actually raised the question and said, "Oh, you're bringing out on vinyl? Why are you doing that? I haven't got a record player." And I said to him, maybe if you look just a little bit further, maybe it's not about the record player, it's about posterity. It's about buying it, and if you have a record player, put it to one side, and if you like the band, you've got it. If you ever get a record player where you can play it, some people have actually bought two copies, one to play on the record player and one just to keep, unwrapped, fully wrapped. For who knows in the future what's going to happen, and I do know that our very first single, "Don't Touch Me There," from 1979, that if you got one of the first 1,000 that were pressed, they're now worth over £200 each.
Wow, that's crazy, huh?
So there you go.
Nice. Now, do you have one yourself? Did you keep one for yourself?
I have two.
Look at you. Good for you. Now, and you guys also did a cover on this album as well. You did "I Got the Music in Me," which that's an old classic tune. Like, what made you choose that song?
What made me choose what? Sorry.
"I Got the Music in Me."
Oh, the cover version. Sorry, yeah.
Yes.
Well, we sat after a show in Germany a couple of years ago, really talking about this in Aschaffenburg, and we were staying in this beautiful hotel on top of a mountain, and we're all sat around throwing ideas in for a cover version of a song to do on the next album as it was then. And that actually wasn't mentioned then. We mentioned all sorts of things, but not that. And it was about a year later that I just emailed. I had those two songs that I thought we could really do justice to. There was that one, and there was oh my goodness, the Coca-Cola of it. I want to teach the world to sing.
Oh, okay.
You know that one? I want to teach the world to sing perfect harmony. And I had those sort of two crazy songs in my. I Got the Music in Me. It's from '74, and I absolutely loved that song when it came out. And I just thought we could really, really do a good version of it. And we jammed it at rehearsal, and nobody really got it. So it was sort of left, and then we started thinking again. And then about 3 weeks later, I said, "Listen, let's just jam this again." And maybe I didn't show you what I've kind of got in the back of my head as to how it should be. So we jammed it again, and then everybody went, "Oh, right, we've got it now. Yeah, this is good. Let's do it." So that's kind of how it came about.
Nice. Now, you think any future plans to do like a covers EP or something like that?
What to do like a whole album full of covers?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think so. I mean, it might be something for the distant future, but I don't think at the moment we've got loads of new songs which we're busy collecting, for possibly the end of next year when we go in the studio and do the next album. So we're sort of concentrating on that, really.
Cool. Now, how about the Tygers Blood Beer?
Tiger Blood Beer was a brewery approached us and said, "Would you like us to make you a beer?" And we said, "Yeah, that would be really good." And they're quite local. They're about 15 miles away from us. It's just a small microbrewery, but it's this craft beer which is really big in America at the moment.
Yes.
Your Brewdog, I think that's your big one. Well, this is like a sort of similar sort of thing, but obviously in the UK. They came up with something special. They bought dark red hops from Belgium. So when you decant it's an IPA, so it's not a beer and it's not a lager. It sort of sits on the fence It's 5%, and when you pour it into a glass, it looks like a glass of dark red wine. So it looks like Tiger Blood, and it's proved very popular. They've run out of hops, and Belgium's run out of red hops, so they're waiting to get more hops in to put another brew on. But each vat holds 1,440 pints, and they're sold out. They've sold out 3 of them so far. So over 4,000 pints have been consumed.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So that's great.
Oh, it's boy. I guess you never expected a beer to be made after you guys, huh?
No, not at all. Not at all. These things just keep popping out of the woodwork, thankfully. But yeah, really, really good.
Nice. So I guess I saw you guys have a bunch of dates lined up through pretty much the summer. Any possible plans to come back to the States at all again, or?
Not this year. I think possibly early next year. Our agent are busy talking to American promoters at the moment, so we'll just, it's all about money, of course, and visas and all that kind of stuff that people don't sort of kind of necessarily think about, but they all have to be got before you can do anything.
Sure.
So because you have to do things the right way, of course. And we're busy talking about it at the moment. So hopefully that'll happen very shortly.
Awesome. Cool. So all right. So the album is out. Where can everybody get the album?
Absolutely. Everybody go out and buy the album. The more people that buy the album, the quicker it will come.
Yeah, there you go. And I guess the best place to go for all the Tygers of Pan Tang need is right directly to the website. You have links to everything there. The shop is there. It's TygersOfPanTang.com.
www.TygersOfPanTang, which is TYGERSOFPANTANG, all one word, .com. TygersOfPanTang.com.
Awesome. And Rob, before I let you go, if I can get you to cut a quick ID for me. This is ROBB WEIR of the Tygers of Pan Tang, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Totally
Driven Radio.
So it says driven.
Yes.
Driven as in driving a car, driven, totally driven radio.
Yep.
Okay, got it. Ready?
Go for it.
Hi, this is ROBB WEIR from the Tygers of Pan Tang, and you guys are listening to the awesome, Totally Driven Radio.
Excellent. Rob, thank you so much. Good luck with everything, and I hope to see you guys get over here to the States.
Thank you very much indeed, sir. Lovely speaking to you.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
See you soon. Bye. Bye now.
Bye.